people say stuff in the chat? Is someone monitoring the chat?
Yeah. So someone is monitoring the chat. We've got
Okay,
Greg
so
there.
if there's
Yeah.
any issues that come up,
Right.
let us know in the chat.
That's right. Oh yes. See, my wife has used Zoom before. This is, of course, my first time, but she's used Zoom before to great effect with hundreds of people for her work with the climate. And she's saying to me that I should tell you that if you have an issue or if there's anything you'd like to bring to our attention, please go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll take that into account and see if we can address anything. While we wait for folks to come in, I'm going to go ahead and welcome you to our 2021 season. It is weird to be sitting in my backyard with a fire. And as I referred to it last night in my video, my security bottle of Tito's that has helped me get through the pandemic. I sleep with it next to my pillow, and it's kind of weird, but we all are doing what we can to get through these crazy times. I'm also wearing my We Are Blood hat because I'm now donating convalescent plasma as a COVID survivor. Um, Made it through our Love and Light Stream series last March when South by was canceled. 10 tapings of our virtual season, 3 episodes out at studios at Fisher, and even our ACL lounge series, with 150 people in that majestic theater that I'm all hopeful that we're going to be back in on December 4th. No one caught COVID. We followed up with people. We asked them. Everyone was A-OK. My entire family caught COVID when a member of our extended bubble, my son's college roommate, stopped by for a dinner for an hour 2 days after Christmas. Poor Susan, my wonderful wife, still can't taste or smell, but none of us were in the hospital on ventilators or anything like that. So we made it through. So bottom line, this is a sneaky little virus. It's um, best avoided, and I encourage all of you to stay as safe as you can as we move through the season. To that end, we do have a season. We gave away $750,000 last year, and we are very excited about that. We want to have we're striving to get to that same impact this year because our art scene needs it more than ever. Uh, we're not going to wait until December when we give out grants to help our musicians either. Last year, Greg Carter is going to talk about this in just a second. We gave over $175,000 to over 120 bands, whether they were Black Fret nominated or not, to help support them through this time, to get them in front of an audience, just like we are on Zoom right now, and to support them and the art that they're making so that they stick here in Austin and that we can all get back to normal someday. In fact, Greg, I would love for you to talk a little bit about this happy hour program and how we're leveraging the incredible work that you did to bring this event here tonight. Greg Carter, take it away.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, no, this has been a strange year, but we've managed to keep the music going. And some of you probably have heard about this already, or maybe you've attended one of these. But ever since the beginning of the pandemic, we kicked this off, I think, right at the beginning of April. We've been helping companies, nonprofits, city departments, and private parties put on concerts. And it's been a way for us to create gigs for all of our out-of-work musicians and spread a little joy to what has been kind of a dreary work-at-home culture for all of us. So over the course of the last 10 months, we've put on over 130 concerts. And each of those concerts has 3 acts. And it's done in kind of a round robin style with an MC. It's super fun, super interactive. What the musicians have told me, one of the things they really love about it is that it's as close as you can get to playing a live show, because we do it over Zoom. When they finish playing, people come off mute and clap, and we want you guys to do that here tonight. We're leveraging a very similar kind of format. But it's a really, really fun time. We've kept the cost really low for these things because we're trying to get volume. So it's a $500 fee for a company to put on a happy hour. And then we have to raise about $500 in tips, which has never been a problem. And then we cover the other half of the cost of the concert with grant funds. So we've been fortunate enough to get a couple of big grants that are helping us keep this thing going. So it's a great thing to get involved in. I highly encourage, if you think your company would be interested, either as a team building event or maybe as a way to connect with clients or with partners, it's a great way to put some musicians to work, and you'll have a lot of fun. So we're going to use, as Matt said, a very similar format to that tonight, but we are trying to pivot it a little bit to really serve the mission of this consideration season. So we're going to have each of the 4 acts that we've got set up for you tonight. They're each going to do a set. They're going to play 4 songs, and we'll do a little bit of Q&A at the end of each one of those, and then just keep the music flowing. So one other thing I would mention about logistics, Matt mentioned putting a note in the chat if you need help, but use the chat to talk to each other. Use the chat to talk to the musicians when they're not playing. They'll monitor the chat and they'll answer your questions. It's a way for us to be interactive since we can't be in the same space. This is the way you're going to go up and talk to the musicians at the end of the show. So use the chat a lot. It's a fun part of one of these things. I think with that, let's go ahead and get into some music. What do you say, Matt?
I think that is a great idea. I'm really excited that we're going to talk a little bit more about what the season is going to look like. If you didn't see the video I sent out last night, in a minute, but we want to expose more music to you than we ever have before. And tonight we're starting with a great up and coming band. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin, Texas's own The Night Blooms.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks, y'all, for having us. We're so honored to be a part of the opening of the season. We're going to play some music for y'all. Thank you. When I'm in the mood, all I want is you. Nothing else will do. All I want is you. I've been waiting, baby. I've been praying lately. Are you gonna come through? Are you gonna come through? And I'm still playing, baby. I'm okay. I'm just in this mood. Tired of missing you. Whoa, yeah. Got my best dress on, even though you're gone. Are you feeling it too? Are you in the mood? Have you kissing on you? Run away for a day or two, yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you in the mood? 'Cause we've been needing time. It's been hard to find it. We're gonna make it through. I hope you're doing fine. You know, so am I. 'Cause we're gonna make it through. Got my best dress on, even though you're gone. Are you feeling it too? Are you in the mood?
You guys sounded great.
Able to play as a full band since March live. Ah, wow.
You sounded
Thanks, y'all.
awesome.
Thank you so much. That song's called In a Mood. We're going to do a little switcherooski.
Yeah, this next song is our single. It's on Spotify and iTunes and
The
and the internet, whatever else you guys use to listen to music. It's called Lines, and hopefully it won't be our only original on Spotify pretty soon.
Yeah, we are working on getting into the studio, and it's super exciting for us. So thank you guys for letting us sing some music for y'all. Y'all ready? All right.
There's that line that you crossed a million times. There's that song you sing it when you're wrong. Now there's that lie that you told me every time, but I won't be fooled by some little baby too. I pack up my whole car unless you give a reason why I should stay and be tortured by your sitting scheming smile. For now I'll be living. You should catch a grip on time. So put your best foot forward like it's going out of style. Now you can try to find the apple of your eye and lay your head down in a cookie cutter town. But I just might collect the pieces of your lies and play it cool while you take me for a fool. I'll pack up my whole car unless you give a reason why I should stay and be tortured by your sinning, scheming smile. For now I'll be living. You should catch a grip on time. So put your best foot forward like it's going out of style. And now I know that you left these marks on my back. You try to claim what's not yours, but now you know I'm my own. And now you know that I got this knife out my back. Don't need your thanks for the last, but now you know I'm my own. There's that line.
Go here.
Thank you.
Woo!
This
So
is
this
fun. Yay!
So this next one is actually our. Oh, I don't know.
And Greg, are we just quick question? We're just playing through the songs, right? And then Q&A after, or do y'all want us to leave some space for some
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
in
no.
between?
I think you can just keep playing. It's
We're
sounding
gonna
so
keep
good.
cruising then. Here we go.
All right. So this next track is a newest song.
Brand stinking new.
We actually just pulled it together. not that long ago, a few days. So we'll see how it goes.
Here goes nothing. This song's called "One in a Million."
It's nothing I can't solve. I got for so long. Then you woke me up. I can't wait to see you and feel your touch. I can't wait to see you. 'Cause you got a hell of a smile. You got. Now, baby, you are one in a million. You are. Those eyes got me singing in my head like I got me smiling to myself. I'm tripping on my words now. Those eyes got me holding on my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. You are one in a million. You are. 'Cause you got a hell of a smile. You got. Now, baby, you are one in a million. You are.
Beautiful.
Thank you guys so much. Y'all heard it first. Never played that anywhere. Black Fret heard it first. Wow, this is fun.
Yeah. All right, this next one is a little bit of an older one, but still a new one, and it's called Summer Feels.
Who do you think you are? Playing with my heart. You knew it wasn't yours. And I'm not one to be naive. Usually I couldn't see that this wouldn't last. But you and I could have been late night driving, back road vibing. You and I, we could have been all day driving, put in the time in. You and I, you could have been my man. 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 What happened to the fire in the summertime? I thought it was love when we sat by the water. How the sun hit her skin and the way that she watched her. Well, that was you and I in the summertime. You had me sorry-eyed, but you know you and I could have been late night driving, back road vibing. You and I, but you know I'm still all day shining. I'm still smiling, me and my. You could have been my man. 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 What happened to the fire in the summertime? time.
Make you
I wanted to make you mine.
make you
I wanted to take my time.
make you mine. Ooh, make you mine. Ooh, I'll make you mine.
Oh,
Wow, that was a
Amazing.
blast.
so beautiful.
That was so fun. Thanks for having us.
Oh, such an honor to have you. Such an amazing honor to have you.
Oh, thank you. It's an honor to be here.
I know.
You know, I have to say, I had the joy of seeing you in the before times at Far Out. I saw y'all.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I got to
Before the
see you in
world.
person before we understood that the world was about to come to a crashing halt.
Wow.
And I was intrigued by you then. I'm even more so now. I mean, you played a brand new song for us tonight that felt like a classic to me. Can you fill us in on like why do you exist? How did you meet each other? Like, what's your vibe and what are you trying to put out in the world? You know, not that it's not clear enough, but I'd love to hear in your own words
Okay.
where you're coming from and
Okay,
how you got
well,
together.
we can ping pong this because we all grew up together. We're all from Wimberley, Texas. Maureen and I's dads were in bands together when they were our age, so we're like practically cousins. Skylar and I was best friends with her sister Kelsey Wilson growing up when I was like,
And
A child.
We are childhood neighbors.
yeah, she lived upriver from me, literally. And Max and Skylar are engaged recently, but they've been together for
7
years,
Yeah,
coming up
lots
on a
of years.
decade. So we grew up as friends, but Maureen and I lived on the West Coast for a long time, and we moved back a couple years ago, and we just wanted to make soul music and sing harmonies and just make people happy and make people sway. And we started just, I don't know, we started a couple, like learning covers together, and then when we started doing the 3-part harmony thing, we were just like, "Ugh, this is so nice." And it's
And
just,
we immediately moved in together.
yeah.
All of us.
Seriously. And we did that for years, and we've just been really, you know, right as COVID was happening, we were really starting to like get our groove. I'm sure as many people can relate to that. But yeah, fast forward to now, and we're getting to play for y'all.
Yeah,
So
this is actually our first time with drums that we've played a show since
March 14th.
And that was it was a good closer. It was a special night, but we seriously on the way home in the car, we were like, we are on a roll. This is it.
this is
We were
it.
so
We got
pumped
our
up.
stride. I think we found our sound, like, because it's hard doing all. This is hard, and so then everything shut down, and we were all just able to take a step back, focus on our own playing and writing, and now we're feeling better than ever.
That's a delight. That's so wonderful to hear. And I loved your set at Far Out, but I do have to say your sound's progressed. It's evolved and I can't believe that you're only just beginning. And I can't thank you enough for being the band that kicked off our 2021 season in these crazy times.
Oh my gosh, I'm
I-
blushing.
Well, this is all kind of weird. I mean, sitting here in my backyard with a fire and my Tito's and everything, and it feels like a bizarre out of body experience.
Good.
Yeah. But the music all of our artists make have helped all of us, I think, get through these crazy times. And please keep playing. Please keep making incredible music. Please just keep diving in. Do you have any upcoming? You've got some singles coming out. When do they come out?
We are not quite sure yet. We're actually hoping to get in the studio as soon as possible. We put out a little Christmas EP after Christmas, and then we were like, ooh, our original to cover ratio was like solid 1 to 3 right now. So we're working on trying to get some originals out as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was
Beautiful.
hard to think about getting into a studio and even before COVID, affording that. And now we're like, okay, we could do that. Now it's just finding the right one, but we're ready to do it. We just
Wonderful.
need to find the right studio, and y'all will have
Wonderful.
a ton of new music.
Very exciting. And thank you for letting us all get in on the ground floor. Thank you so much for playing with us tonight. Please stick around and enjoy the rest of the music. And Greg, I think we've got Roger Blevins Jr. up next. Is that right?
We sure do, and I could not be more excited. It's so great that Night Blooms kicked it off with that soulful sound, and we're going to keep that sort of soul groove thing going. For those of you who don't know Roger, Roger has a band called Mingo Fish Trap, which has been around for quite a while. If you haven't seen Mingo Fish Trap, you've got to go see him as soon as we get to the after times. But in the meantime, you are in for a treat. Roger's done a bunch of these happy hour shows. He's got this down to a science. He is a techno wizard when it comes to cameras and audio. So without further ado, Roger, take it away.
Set me up for failure, Greg. Set me up for failure, man. Now it's all gonna burn.
It's impossible.
Well, man, thank you so much. It is. I'll just echo what those guys said. It's a real honor to be joining y'all tonight, and I want to thank Greg and everybody else that has been involved in the.
Can I unmute it here?
Sorry, I'll have to take my ear out, so I'm not hearing the other conversations. Everybody that's been involved in the happy hours, it's really made a huge difference, not just financially, but having something on the calendar to look forward to is a huge thing. You know, it used to be that there were shows on the calendar, but now it's Black Friday happy hours. So thank you guys very much.
Well, now people are talking, all they mess around me. I won't believe none of what they say. I won't take part in the jealous conversation. We're happy for my brother when I finally make it away. Darling, I wait my turn in line for my chance to shine. When the day arrives, oh, I'll be right on time, yeah. I'm gonna be right there. Well, so I'll be right on time. Says some folks ain't worried, oh, never knowing where we've been running. Just keep on rolling, lost in motion, in without a means. Disillusion and a freedom in betweens. Oh, now, baby, I should wait my turn in line for my chance to shine. When that day arrives, I'll be right on time. Oh, oh no, I'm gonna be right there. Well, so I'll be right on time. If my tomorrow isn't where I thought it'd be, I keep on searching till it's right in front of me. With my head held high, with my mind at ease, I'll still right on through, knowing what to do and how. Ooh, I'll be right on time, right on time. Oh no, I'll be right on time for my chance to shine. When that day arrives, darling, I'll be right on time, yeah. I wanna be there only. I wanna be right there for you. Oh, now, darling, I'll be right on time. Oh, I'll be right on time, I'm right on time for you.
to do a tune that I wrote in the before times.
We did 1 to 15.
I have to preface it by saying that because there's a timeline here where my wife goes to work.
We can still do it that way if you want to.
And of course now when she goes to work, it's like 2 rooms from where she just was. So, but before we had gotten into this I don't know if it's really good or bad necessarily, but into this routine, and I just kind of started realizing the routine and trying to not capitalize on it. That's too much of a selfish word. Every Monday morning when she steps out the door and tells me, love you and see you tonight. Well, I find no silence in silence. I rewind, listen back 100 times, try to hold myself up to the light. Sometimes I get lost, sometimes I fall, sometimes the pain isn't kind at all. Every once in a while, well, I make her smile. Like so long ago, these things never seem real way back when. This heartache is one and the other I can't take. With me, why suffer alone? Why suffer alone? Sometimes I get lost, sometimes I fall, sometimes the day isn't kind at all. Every once in a while, well, I make her smile. Oh, once in a while, in these imaginary lines, I drift myself to sleep and wonder where the line. But every once in a while, well, I make her smile.
That's beautiful, man. I haven't heard that. That was wonderful.
Thank you, brother. There's really no getting around on Zoom whenever spittle goes into your beard. When spittle goes into your beard, you just have to roll with it, man. I'm just gonna put a bunch of stuff all over. So that's kind of a new song, and then I mean not brand new, obviously, because it was from the before times. But this is a tune. This is a Mingo tune. Honestly, where'd you think that you might be? Looking back 10 years from now, calling this reality. Where is the light? Follow through the darkest night, follow to the highest hill. No ambition to fulfill. All I really need to know before I hand my heart to you, 20 years on down the line, we all love for me be true. And all that life can throw our way, can you
you confidently say we on our way? On our way. Oh, we on our way. I don't mean to doubt the way you care for me. Always been right there for me, yeah. Anytime I've been in need. Baby, we both know sometimes love don't work for us, so here we are again. I would love to take a chance on you, yeah. All I really need to know before I hand my heart to you, 20 years on down the line, we all love for me be true. And all that life can throw our way, can you confidently say we're on our way? Say we on our way. We on our way. When the world's aligned and it all turns out fine, we roll about our daily lives. It shouldn't be that way. Well, hold on to the day and let each other know that we're on our way for sure. On our way. If you happen to have a kazoo, this would be a great spot for a solo or any other toy instrument. All I really need to know before I hand my heart to you, 20 years on down the line, will your love for me be true? And all that life can throw our way, can you confidently say, yeah, oh, we on our way, baby? I wrote this song a long time ago, and then like 10 years after I wrote it, I realized that I totally horked it from Stevie Wonder. This whole thing is my, 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 na, 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 na. Very much.
Oh yeah.
So, Greg has seen many of what I'm about to do, several of them at least. So a couple, probably weeks, maybe maybe days, and certainly months into this thing. You know, right away it was like we pretty much we had to kind of get our Zoom thing together if we were going to do any sort of shows or any sort of paid performances, and so I was trying to do that, and I'm doing some things on my band's socials, and really quickly I got very bored of, for lack of a better turn of phrase, playing with myself, and so I started doing these like I kind of like I made these rules out of thin air for myself to do this karaoke type thing where I would film myself playing whatever instrument, and I'd have to do a single take, or not, excuse me, it had to be one take. It wasn't a single take, because if that was the case, then it would be terrible for everybody always. But one full take of all the instruments. So I'm going to try it now, and I hope it's not a complete mess for everybody else. But, you know, that's part of the fun of all this, is that, you know, like live stuff happens. So if it all goes to hell, then, you know, at least it'll be entertaining. This is called That's My Song. This is kind of a new tune. Let's see what happens. Too much high, too much low, not enough in the middle, though I take my share of the blame. Never got a real feel for the game, so I play the hand that I was given, live the life that I've been living long before I knew you come along. Now that's my song. Oh, no, na 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 na. I don't wanna seem aloof, my dear, but when I think of what happened last year, I can't afford to dwell upon low, so you know then it's time to sell. I got no real skin in this game. I ain't one for placing blame, not until the real thing comes along. That's my song, I'm sticking to the story that I gave to you when this world we found was young and new. My song, I need to hear the melody ring loud and clear. As long as you're not here with me, it's true. Telling your friends about what happened, how I came to an end, how I fell apart and how I am. Cause they don't follow me on Instagram. I try to hear all that noise. I don't care that I ain't heard your voice in 6 months, 3 weeks, just ain't that long now. That's my song, I'm sticking to the story that I gave to you when this world we found was young and new. My song, I need to hear the melody ring loud and clear. The Lord inside you here with me is true. Said the world keep looking over my shoulder, but you know that I've got nothing to hide. And ever since you told me it's over, I've been waiting for comfort to arrive. High, too much low, not enough in the middle though. I take my share of blame. I never got a real taste for the pain, and that's my song. I'm sticking to the story that I gave to you when this world we found was young and new. Yeah. My song, I need to hear the melody ring loud and clear. As long as you're not here with me, it's true. Well, now as long as you're not here with me, it's true. As long as you're not here with me, as long as you're not here with me, as long as you're not here with me, it's true. All right, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Mostly, no, no. It didn't crash. At least the video.
Great.
It was so good. You just generated a ton of new fans, Roger.
Oh man, well, I appreciate it sincerely. It's like this and these events that you've put on, Greg, and helped to put on, have been highlights through the last 10 months or 9 months or how long we've been doing it, man. It's been very much appreciated for many reasons.
That's great, Roger. Thanks.
Yeah, you are very appreciated, Roger. Just can't thank you enough for coming out and playing tonight. You didn't play one of my favorite songs of yours, though. You've got a single called "This Is a Test." It's the top one on your Facebook right now. In all seriousness, I was trying to figure out what links to send out to people when we were putting this event together, and I came upon that. It's about a 60-second video of Roger singing "This Is a Test" of the new gear that he's got going on there. He's like,
I think it was of the robot. I think it was
yes,
the robot, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, where should this go? And honestly, it was a hit. It was a hit. I mean, it's just a testament to the talent, So yeah, it was glorious. An honor to have you here. Hearing that the happy hour concerts have been impactful, hearing that this was something that got some dates on the calendar and had some direction there. We've all been living Groundhog Day lately, and frankly, when Groundhog Day happened the other day, I was like, yeah, whatever, it's been Groundhog Year. Tell us a little bit about how you've have you made lemonade out of these lemons? What what's your high, what's your the silver lining of the pandemic for you?
Yeah, it's there's so much that's beyond my control in all of this, or our control, or most of our control, in terms of what's happening out there. And in this household, we feel like we're trying to be responsible citizens, and we both have elderly parents, some of whom are immunocompromised. So, we've for the first few months we didn't really leave the house, aside from to go out on the front porch and grab the Amazon, and then for me, like this setup and doing this stuff, that's one of the silver linings. I did it because I just going stir crazy. Like I've been I like add little things here and there to this setup, just really to entertain myself. I don't know that it's any more entertaining for anybody else when you cut to a different camera or whatever else, if anybody even cares. But it's entertaining for me to set it all up and to learn that side of things and try to share it with my buddies and folks in the Austin music community. And that's been one thing that's there's no shows. I think most of the time I saw Ray Prim snuck his way in today. Ray's
Yep.
a good friend. Before all this, I think most musicians see each other at gigs. Like we don't get, there's not a whole lot of bowling hours for musicians. We see each other at each other's shows or festivals or whatever else. And so, trying to create opportunities to hang out and to connect and be productive, and write. I mean, I've taken the opportunity to write. If there was a silver lining, and I'll shut up in a second, I know I'm going on. It's just that I've written so much. I don't know if any of it's good, but there's a lot of it. So that's got to be a good thing. Yeah. And I've actually connected. It's really weird. I took stock at the end of this last year because I felt like it would be easy to, because there's just, you could count the big events in my personal life on one hand. And actually I made some amazing, met some amazing people virtually that I think will be friends forever. And so, there is a silver lining, and I'm trying to hold on tight to that and stay positive for my family's sake and for everybody's sake and for my own sake.
Yeah, well, I love that the silver lining is the connections and getting together. That's one of the things I think we underestimated when we started Black Fret. We didn't understand that the connections that we were making between our members and the bands, and even between the bands themselves, were going to be really meaningful. At one of our very first Black Fret balls, I was standing with Lincoln Durham and Gina Chavez, and we're backstage at the Paramount Theater, and we're all talking, and there's that momentary pause, and finally Gina says, "Oh, by the way, I'm Gina Chavez," and Lincoln says, "Oh, I'm Lincoln Durham," and my mind was blown, because I'm like, "Oh, wait a second, all you musicians don't know each other? This isn't like some secret tribe where and so yeah, let's break down these walls, let's keep these things going, and
Well,
thank you so much.
you
Another
very
round of
much. No,
applause
thank y'all.
for
Thank y'all.
Roger.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'd love to take a minute just to talk about the season ahead.
Finally.
We have a weird set of challenges. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the call, my entire family got COVID at the very beginning of the year, and we got it through what we thought was a safe vector, someone in our extended bubble. So hence the all online season launch tonight. But COVID's given us an opportunity to take a step back. I've referred to it as the global reset button a lot of times this year, and I think that still rings true. And our silver lining, I think, is that we've done things like reduce our member dues from $1,500 for a couple to $750 per person, which of course allows single people to join without paying a couple tax, and allows both members of a couple to nominate and attend all of our events, and vote for the allocation of grant dollars at the end of the year. So the fact that we're fully enfranchising our members who are partnered, and we're opening the doors to single people, younger people, is something that we're really excited about with that model. So If you are one of our members who's a part of a couple and you've not both signed up yet, please do so. If you know, a young'un out there, I don't know, someone 30 or something, younger than me, tell them that Black Fred is an incredible way to step into a philanthropic world of supporting what you love and what is meaningful to you in life. We're excited about the year ahead. And another thing we're excited about is the fact that we're getting closer and closer to herd immunity. I've survived COVID, as has my family. I know a lot of you have been vaccinated. And as the season goes by, we're going to go ahead and begin to open up these events to hybrid events. So folks who have achieved a degree of immunity, we're going to ask you to come out. And we're going to get some people directly in front of these musicians. Last but not least, and something that I'm really excited about, is that something that was always a bit of friction in the past was that our consideration season was really just January and February. And then we would vote and we'd get our nominees in March, and then we'd have this, wonderful listening season. We've realized with COVID that we actually can take a breath. We can make the consideration season a little bit longer. We can get more than 12 to 18 bands in front of you. How about getting twice as many, 36, 40 plus bands in front of you between January and May, so that you can truly be exposed to the breadth and the depth of music in this town? That's exactly what we're doing. Our next event is February 20th, then March 6th, then South by is coming up. We're hopeful to do something really fun during that week. But every 2 weeks, you can count on another consideration season event all the way to May 1st. And 4 to 6 bands per event. It's going to be a lot of music, and of course, they're all going to be online. This is being recorded, and we'll promote this to folks who weren't able to be here tonight, to make sure that everybody understands the richness and the beauty of the music in this town. We're learning a lot, and we're so thankful for your patience. We're so thankful for bearing with us through COVID and through everything. And we're so thankful to bring our next band to you. We've got Deezie Brown, right, Greg? Deezie up next?
We do, Matt. But I think before we bring Deezie on, I think we have a special guest that we wanted to bring up and say a few words. Yeah, one of our 2020 nominees.
Let's bring it.
So Daniel, are you in the house?
I'm right here. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, you guys. Matt, it's great to hear your voice.
Daniel, great to hear yours. Great to see your face. I was just talking to Pat Cassidy about you the other day. Yeah. Hey, for those of you who might not recognize him with the bun, this is Daniel, lead singer of Nane. They kicked off our Black Fret Ball, our virtual Black Fret Ball, on December 12th last year. They were one of our 2020 nominees. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, guys.
Yeah. Hey, tell us a little bit about, yeah, go ahead, Greg, please.
Yeah, I was just going to ask Daniel. I know it was obviously a very weird year to be a nominee, right?
Sure.
For all the reasons we've been talking about, and you
Weird
didn't have the opportunity to play, on a lot of our events throughout the year because we couldn't do those. But I think that you ended up still being able to take advantage of Black Fret to advance your career. I would love to hear you tell folks about how that worked.
Sure. Well, I mean, in large part, how it was able to advance our career, aside from all of the wonderful connections we were able to make and people we were able to meet, and these group hangouts where we were able to interact with producers, publicists, and other people within the industry. There's all abound all kinds of opportunities to meet people that could help you. But aside from that, being able to receive a grant during this time was really crucial for me. So as an artist, I had built, I made a record in 2019. It's my first record, and I had planned to roll it out for all of 2020, which was a crazy time to have done so. But I was able to in part, this grant helped pay for a publicist, and that was imperative because this publicist helped us get write-ups in the Grammys, KCRW, American songwriter and stuff like that, and just help propel the record forward. So, you know, my background is in marketing strategies and branding for small companies. So like that, I see that to say that I had a really specific and slow burn rollout, all planned. And, you know, the money Black Fret provided us, this grant that all you guys so graciously donated, it helped me be able to accomplish this in a time where my income had been severely lowered as a music video producer and a branding person. So, you know, that was a huge thing for us, as well as being able to pay for our vinyls, which is essentially what happened, and being able to distribute these to the people. As you know, we are a new band, Nane, for those of you who don't know us. We were around for a year before COVID, but our growth has been exponential. And I think that having Black Fret assist us has played a really large role. You know, like I said, the connections and these friendships already. And but second, like, you know, being able to play these happy hour shows here and there and be able to do something with Love and Light Stream and feel acoustic energy again in a time where really I'm just getting a lot of blue light energy for the most part. It was extremely significant. So, you know, we have so much more to come, but having had Black Fret's help during this time has been such a blessing. And it's, you know, never going to be forgotten in my heart or overlooked.
Oh man, that is so great to hear. And so excited about the success that you've been able to drive during this crazy year. I was driving my son to his rowing practice the other day and heard one of your singles come on the radio, and I was like, oh my God, he's making it. He's being played. That's just awesome.
He is, yeah. And so I think ultimately, though, the biggest thing for me was to be able to, I had such a specific vision for how I wanted this rollout to go. And Black Fret helped me be able to do that as somebody who creates rollouts for bands, you know. I was, you know, in a pickle. I was screwed. I didn't know what I was going to do when it came to it, because without income from shows and such a decreased income from my own personal, you know, career, Black Fret helped really pick up a lot of that. So I'm grateful.
Well, thank you, Daniel, for making amazing music. And I'll remind everyone on the call that all of our 2020 artists are eligible for renomination this year. You know, it was a crazy year, and the fact that the artists and our members voted to distribute all the grants equally means that everybody is eligible for renomination. So we hope to keep the support coming in a multitude of ways, whether it's through, you know, future grants, advisors, connections, corporate gigs, you know, happy hours, birthday parties, whatever it may be. You're loved, Daniel. Thank you for making amazing music. I know it's helped me get through the pandemic, and thank you for being here tonight, my brother.
Oh, brother, it's just such a pleasure. Miss you as well, guys. And thank y'all for listening to me for a little while. This is a wonderful organization, so I'm proud to be a part of it. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah. Thank you, Daniel.
All right.
What a great time to say, hey, time to join Black Fret or renew or whatever. I know we've got some prospective members on the line tonight. You can go to blackfret.org/join. Just $750 per person, and we can have a great time while supporting this amazing music. So, Greg, who do we have next? Deezie.
Okay, so I am super excited to introduce you guys to this next band, and I've got to give props to my friend Eric Radford, who introduced me to what I didn't know about. There's an amazing R&B and hip hop scene that's thriving in Austin. That I don't think gets anywhere near enough airplay, and we are dedicated to changing that this year, at least with what we can do through Black Fret. Eric introduced me to Deezie Brown, originally from Bastrop, Texas, but playing music here in Austin. Incredible talent. I was lucky enough during the pandemic to get a chance to see Deezie play at the Far Out. It was amazing. You guys, he'll tell you he's got a show coming up with Jake Lloyd, and it's safe to go see shows out there. You know, they're very spread out. They take it seriously, but it's a chance to see some live music. I highly encourage all of you to go check him out, but you're going to get a sneak peek here tonight. With that, take it away, Deezie Brown.
Going Black Fret. Again, I'm Deezie Brown. I'm from Bastrop, Texas. I've been playing music since I was about 7 years old. And so, yeah, I'm just happy to be here with you guys. We're going to play a few tunes, and we're going to get right to it.
So I'm draped up and dripped out, know what I'm talking about. 3 in the morning, getting the gat out the stash spot. Fire up a fat sweet, turning on the bub lights, hand on the wood grain, ass on the tight white, showing naked ass in the great state of Texas, home of the players, so it never be no plexus. So long we've been waiting, never ever hating. In Houston we elbows, and Cali they
At 600 versus Grand Coupe, Seville versus Double R. Silver shadows fighting from the split. Red seats, white magic, Tony Kukoc in the fifth. This is Dapper Dan, Wedding Veil, Virgil on the stitch. Black Walker on the soul, living proof that it's legit. I could've sold drugs, I could've finished school, met the one and married her. Left early, James Worthy, middle class, blue collar celebration, let's get rich. This for NY2, this for Hot 97, this for 98.9, KUT fresh and confused. This for Rad Wayne, Tita Malik, carrying moon. It's the night of the year. This for Doc and Johnny Venus, for Solange and Quick too. Let's get CeeLo on the phone and outcast the whole room. This for both SCs and Queen B, Bill Confused, UGK, Scarface. This for Rapper Line 2, this for Screw. Expose all of your truths so they can't use them against you. My soul feels like a flower growing out of a pencil. Wood grain, oh what a thought, could use some gold fronts. I'm the ghetto Rosa Parks, with my pants flooded, might even know what's off. I've been living life inside a donut. Ring, ring, man, if that ain't Jesus, hang the phone up. Dial tone, and I did it all with my diploma. We are all greater than the wrongs we committed when we were young and long. Saying this ain't my song, it's a prison song. You said your king came, you been misinformed. From these explicit poems, I close my eyes and hope I wake up with a million wands. My mama said there'll be a God if you lift your arms and cut your grass, cause these snakes out here be quick to form. I'm Mr. Father from the ghetto with a wicked poem. Southern playalistic Cadillac music bomb from my soul, but the devil is a bleaching torn. A picture frame won't do it justice if you vision wrong. And now you wonder why it's crooked when you visit moms. I'ma stay outdoors with the butterflies and the elbows, eyes closed, praying there's a God. You still ain't got the answers, but run your mouth though. On the high horse, I get it, but it ain't Ralph though. I told Satan, get thee behind. We done took too many L's, lately victory's mine. Go for us. We believe in what they say, cause we're causing us to pay. The dreams are fading, keep your head up. You can't stay here. No, can't be with the games you're playing. Embracing you all is what I'm saying. Yeah. You, deserve it. More. That's why we can't stay here. Yeah. They said we can't stay here, nah, never. I said we can't stay here, nah, never. Yeah. Sad. I said it ain't safe here, nah, never. Yeah, sad. I said it ain't safe here, nah, never. Nah, never. Sad. I said we can't stay here, nah, never. Mama, we can't stay here, nah, never. Yeah, I said we can't stay here, never. I said we can't stay here, never. Said it ain't safe here, nah, never. Said it ain't safe here, nah, never. I am your host, and the goddamn operator, Deezie Brown. Country town to be exact, you heard me? Reporting live from the underground. You gon' get this funk today, you feel me? Yeah, son. I said we can't stay here, nah, never. Son, I said we can't stay here, nah, never. Yeah, I said we can't stay here, nah, never. never. Yeah, I said we can't say. Yeah, we believe in what they say. Constantly causing us to lay in. Your dreams are further again. Keep your head up. You can't stay here. Can't be with the games we're playing. Embracing you all, that's what I'm saying. You deserve more. That's why we can't stay here. Nah, I said we can't stay here. Nah, never. Cause it ain't safe here. Nah, never.
My name is
Mark.
Deezie Brown. Hope you guys.
Yeah!
Thank you. It feels good to play with the band again. Hear those live drums in the background. The bass and the guitar, man, is having a good time. Thank you, guys.
Love. Amplifiers won't be strong enough to hold the fire. Tonight, yeah, there'll be thunder, mason bass, cloudy with a chance of love making. Tonight, 3,000 watts love. Tonight, I want all your prized possessions, all your past obsessions. Don't kill, babe. Tonight, yeah, I want all your extra love, louder. Yeah, ooh, I can't wait till I hit that Benz truck. That's her thought when she see one pass by. Her charisma is a mix of fire, ants, and butterflies. Random thoughts, it takes a while for our energy to fully charge. There'll be a man named the devil trying to piss us off. Arguments, we playing tennis, going back and forth. We can probably be Serena, but who's keeping score? I can be mostly eye to eye. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love, and it's loud. Woo! I'm talking louder than loud, still won't be loud enough to outdo the energy that both of us produce. This is proof that amplifiers won't be strong enough to hold the fire. Tonight, yeah, there'll be thunder, mason, cloudy with a chance of love making. Tonight, yeah, 3,000 watts love. Tonight, I want all your prized possessions, all your past obsessions. Don't kill, babe. Tonight, yeah, I want all your extra love, louder. Room, yeah, grass is green on the other side. Just wait and see. Although it's super loud from the frequencies, we'll be just fine. Run away with. Fast forward now, the neighbors at the door, they cut it down. We smell it and we hear it, it's too loud. The cops will intervene through the crowd, but they won't hear a sound. We should probably tell them that amplifiers won't be strong enough to hold the fire. Tonight, yeah, there'll be thunder, mason, cloudy with a chance of love making. Tonight, 3,000 watts. Tonight, I want all your prized possessions, all your past obsessions. Don't kill, babe. Tonight, yeah, I want all your extra love, louder, 3,000 watts love.
Thank you. Play a couple more. Yeah, let's keep this party going.
See if we let the host. Yes, but she's gonna mute us. Because that way
Heroes and villains. I grew up to screw up the change, colors chameleon. I'm driving 2 miles per hour. You'll hear me coming, no kidding, but really watching for children, cause they the one with the billions. I'm shifting gears and leveling up. I'm facing fears and stressing for what? No. In the Chevelle, tell them eat my dust. But this ain't Starsky and Hutch. I'm from where we party and duck at the same time. Don't jump up out of your pants, nobody's watching. I'll kick they butt in front of these cameras. I'm Dennis Rodman. I must protect the culture. That doesn't mean I'm violent. I really only came here to dance. Point me to the romance. I want to see your body move. No Vince Carter. It's time to hit the dance floor. Whoa, whoa. I'm usually Detective Carter. I don't do partners. But for you, I break the code. Whoa, whoa, break. Paintings on the wall, we made them beautiful. We painted the town, we made it beautiful. Built it from the ground, we made it beautiful. We made it beautiful. Look here, I say I man over at the rodeo. Let's make it everybody say I man over at the rodeo. Let's make it beautiful. Yeah. Everybody say, I man over at the rodeo. Let's make it beautiful. Yeah, this for Texas. I man over at the rodeo. Let's bring it back cause they wasn't ready. Beautiful. Paintings on the wall, we made them beautiful. We painted the town, we made it beautiful. Built it from the ground, we made it beautiful. We made it beautiful, hey. Beautiful, baby. Built it from the wall, we made it beautiful. Hey. We painted the town, we made it beautiful. Built it from the ground, we made it beautiful. Woo. We made it beautiful. Say, we made it. I met Nova at the rodeo. Texas, I met Nova at the rodeo. Yeah, and this for Texas. I met Nova at the rodeo. Yeah, everybody say, I met Nova at the rodeo. Let's make it beautiful before the holy get it. Goes. Chevy Nova boys. 69 in the big hat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's keep this thing going. Again, I'm Deezie Brown. I'll be performing on February 13th with my good friend Jake Lloyd over at Far Out Lounge. It's a really cool venue. It's pretty spread out. Guys, don't be scared. Come out and get round 2 of this funk right here. But yeah, thank you guys, Black Fred. Thank you for having me. This is great. You guys have been a humongous blessing in my life during this pandemic, so thank you. I appreciate everything thus far that you guys have done. We're gonna play one more song.
Fairy tales at the Astrodome. I dropped out of TSU. Where did I go wrong? Fake diamonds on my neck. I had my mind on chrome. Yeah, Yeezy #1, baby mama back home. I thought, bless her heart, it wasn't her fault. She had got caught up in the Texas two-step. I lost, I fell, I cried, then got right back on my feet. It didn't take long to overcome. Without my dreams in my reach, the house burned, the spouse burned. I got rebellious, too much more liquor and left turns. The world turned, baby mama back home for real. I cried tears of joy. Nike Jordan 5 down the aisle. So either we get it married or we're on the trial. That's my flower girl, that's it pile. Her mother right behind her, that ring vital. Come and save the day. I've been trying to get engaged. Louis wedding veil, manifesting everything. Katie Cohen wedding rings for your rainy days. Rolls Royce lights and the candy Isaac Hayes. Feels like mornings calling. Don't miss the spaceship. I began. I've been out on my own, flourishing. I cannot pretend. See, pretend to stay running no end. Cause she left me with no heart. Now my yellow brick broke me in 10. I went home. Conversations on phone, I had to get up, no excuse now. Mama, I'm grown, got tunnel vision, dark with a comb. I've been dripping the chrome, time to reflect, now true colors are shown. They try telling me I have no worth, get you alone. Tell my Luda, I'll start strikes, so I'm hitting the road, but you won't. Yeah, beat it the bars, let me hop in the spaceship. We gon' beat them to Mars. If you dance, then hop in on the beat with the stars. If you got 2 left feet, you can feed the applause, but don't think I can wait no more. I gotta make a move, try and catch this break so low. Don't worry, I'm coming back, place my plate on hold. But forgetting them fake chains, I'ma make this go. Like 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, oh, stop that, blame, get them, try to get paid. Feels like mornings calling. Don't miss the spaceship. Outside your living room. I'm outside your basement. Now, I'm outside your basement. Now, outside your basement. Now, I'm outside the basement. The kids from the basement. Now, I'm straight out the basement. Now, I'm straight out the basement. Yeah, I'm going on a spaceship now. I'm going on a spaceship now. The kids from the basement. Come on, I'm going on a spaceship now. I'm going on a spaceship now. The kids from the basement. Come on, yeah, I'm outside the basement now. I'm outside your basement now. The kids from the basement. Come on, yeah, right outside your basement now. Right outside your basement now. The kids from the basement. Come on, I'm going on a spaceship now. I'm going on a spaceship now. I'm going on a spaceship. Yeah, the kids from the basement now. The kids from the basement now. I'm going on a basement.
Thank you.
Yeah! Oh, Deezie, that tune is so tight. Oh,
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Everybody, let's give another round of applause for Deezie. What an incredible set.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You made me feel like I was almost right in front of you, brother. I like right there. We all need to get out. We all need to dance. We all need to groove to that, man. Absolutely. Hey, Far Out Lounge. What a great location. I'm so stoked to hear that you're playing with Jake out there February 13th, right?
Yes, sir. February 13th.
Yeah, the guy who started that joint, Bay, also started Hopfields, and we're gonna do some events out there this year, and they'll be socially distanced, and we'll get our members out safe, and let's get you back on stage for one of those when they can happen.
Absolutely, I'd love it.
Yeah, love it. Where are you right now?
At Martha's Contemporary. This is my friend's art studio here on Guadalupe. I actually have his hat on. We've been knowing each other since we were younger, man. I told him I wanted to kick some butt for this live stream, so we kind of got this thing together, man. So shout out Ricky, Motorola Rick here at Martha's Contemporary, man. It's a cool little art studio. You guys should come check it out.
You know, I drove by the other day and I was like, Martha's Contemporary, what the, because I've lived here in Austin since '78, and I felt like all of a sudden we had some cool coming back to the drag. So yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Martha's Contemporary, for setting that up, and thank you for making that happen. That's beautiful. What are you most excited about for 2021? What do you want to drop? What's coming next? Where do you want to go?
I think the most thing I'm excited about is the progression in humans. 2020 put us through something of a learning curve, and I think
as artists and it's just pure musicianship. It's more about learning from what we went through and then getting that content from learning. So it's almost like when they were making music when Vietnam was happening, and the songs really meant something because they were trying to get the soldiers back home. And I think during this time, man, we really got to figure out how to move through this pandemic, and that's what I'm excited about. You know, I'm excited about the growth of the artist, and I'm also excited to drop new music. Don't get me wrong, but it's the progression of the artist that I'm excited about the most, to be quite honest.
I love that. I think that times like this in human history give us an opportunity to all come together, to be together, to become better than what we were before. And I'm proud that so many, Black Fret members are carrying that torch along with us. And I love that you shared that sentiment, Deezie. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's huge.
I'd also like to plug my 5-piece project I'm working on. It's called Fifth Wheel Fairy Tale. Dropping a short film with it. We're still trying to get our ducks in a row, but I've been having such fun working on that with my team and getting that together. So please look out for that. It's called Fifth Wheel Fairy Tale sometime this summer.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because you just talked to the 5-piece. The only time I'd ever seen you play before was during our happy hour concerts, and the ones that I emceed one, and then there was another one I just watched the replay of, and it was just you solo. And so to see you tonight with your band, to see you bringing this energy, was a revelation. And so keep creating. And I think you made a bunch of new fans tonight. Thank you, everybody. Deezie Brown, one more time.
Thank you so much, Deezie Brown. Thank you guys so much.
To Jim Moffrey's comment, art supporting the art. When you can get an art studio with hosting a band, agreed, Jim, that just makes me happy. We've said for a long time that Black Fret believes that is based on the belief that local music is art. And just like the opera, the theater, the symphony, the ballet, the visual arts, it deserves the support of the community. We're doing something here that we made happen in Seattle. And this year we hope to launch in 2 more cities. In fact, we hope to announce what those 2 cities are going to be in June. And each of those cities that launch are going to fund their own chapters and ultimately are going to make sure that more of your member dues stay in your city, because we're going to be able to get great efficiency and scalability when we are in 20, 30 cities, and we're giving out $20 or $30 million a year in grants and payments to artists. It's a big vision, and it started right here in Austin, Texas, because of you. And I can't be more thankful. I'm just gonna blubber about how thankful I am for all this, because it really is hugely meaningful. So I've got a request. Ask your friends to join. We are on a march to get to 1,000 members by March 31st. If we can get to 1,000 individual members, that, so before, if you remember, a member used to pay $1,500 a year in dues. We were going to start the 2020 season before COVID with about 530 members, which would be equivalent to about 1,060 members with our new model if everybody, if all those people joined as individuals. This is a very achievable goal. And I truly believe that it will send a message to our city, to our musicians, and to the world that local music has value, that it is something that we need to support. And if we don't support it, it's in danger of evaporating, disappearing, going somewhere else. And we don't want to be a city where music's not being created. We want to be the city of creators. And you're being a part of Black Fret. You're asking your friends to join. Means everything to us right now. So please join Black Fret, renew your membership, ask your friends to join. Let's make this all happen. I think we're right on time for our next band, aren't we, Greg?
I think we are, Matt. Let's keep this party rolling.
Yeah.
So again, I keep getting more and more excited as the evening goes on to introduce each act. So I actually was introduced to this act at a show just like this one. I think it was 2 years ago at Schultz's. We were doing one of our kind of speed dating consideration shows with, I don't know how many bands we had, 12 bands or something like that, inside and outside. And these guys blew me away. And since then, they've played a bunch of happy hour concerts. They've played the stage at Love and Lightstream, at the drive-in concerts. I will tell you in advance. This is a rockin' band. They're producing great music. You may need to turn your speakers down if it blows you away, but it's worth it. This is PR Newman. Take it away, guys.
All right, thanks so much. This song is called White Volkswagen and it goes like this. Well, just like your compact car, it's hard to stay where you are. When your red hair starts to rust and your tires moan, and there was nothing new in anything on. Do you have the time to get me a telephone call? Sometime between when the leaves grow green and when they start to fall. Well, I wouldn't lie, I said it out, haven't had the time. I think about the days that you said we were gonna be fine. But who were we? 4 years young, yeah, slipped a viper's tongue. To stay where you are, oh yeah. Yes, when your red hair starts to rust and your tires moan, and there was nothing new in anything on, yeah. Well, that white Volkswagen as your anger outlet. That white Volkswagen, this is what I can't dismiss. And as for me, I know I'm not the nicest guy. It's just that I thought you were gonna try your best to, well, identify. And I was just a spill on your cushion chair. Yes, well, turn me over, and just pretend that I was never there. All right, Ben Brown on the guitar, here we go. I'm gonna switch guitar. I'm gonna take advantage of being at home and be able to swap some gear. Oh, I recognize that voice. Hey, I'm not supposed to say that. Well, thanks so much for having us. Wow, everyone that played before us this is hard to live up to. Deezie Brown from the first note. Holy cow. All right, this song is called Who Swept the Jungle? This song and the song previously, White Volkswagen, are off a record we put out in April. It's a record we were working on for a long time, but once COVID hit, we thought there's no sense in holding on to this. It's gonna be a while before we can get back on the road or playing some shows, so we'd rather just put our tunes out there, This song's called Who Swept the Jungle, and it goes like this. Picked up the broken glass, the butts and ash from full story lookouts, and look over there. There's someone vacuuming the sidewalk, who's combed the ocean for empty bottles and cheap sunglasses from light beer. Promotional campaigns, there's litter in the lost and found. Who swept the jungle? Who sanitized the compost? Who dusted the branches of the trees? Who swept the jungle? Unplugged the sun to save on the electric bill. Yeah! Crowds the sky with traffic signs and smashes bees on front windshields of hybrid cars at snow cone stands in the center of town. Who's killed the silence with chills of violence? Saturday night strips across the world with cymbals crashing from cover bands, bounced off mid-century walls. Who swept the jungle? Who sanitized the compost? Who dusted the branches of the trees? Who swept the jungle? Unplug the sun to save on the electric bill. Yeah! Who swept the jungle? Who sanitized the compost? Who dusted the branches of the tree? Alright! Who swept the jungle? Unplugged the sun. Who swept the jungle? It's for everyone. Save on the electric bill. Thanks so much, y'all. All right, this is I was writing this pre-COVID, but to be honest, not that I was ahead of the curve or anything, but anyone with their eyes open, it addressed, I really wanted to release it soon. It addresses a lot of the ways I feel about the world right now. It's called Gonna Wake Up Some Morning and I'm Gonna Change. And it goes exactly like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. wake up one morning and I'm gonna change. I'm gonna get up and hit that note just out of my range. Yeah. Cause if there's one thing I'm gonna do someday, and you can hold me to it when you hear me say, hey, hey. Woo. Gonna wake up one morning and I'm gonna change. Alright. Gonna flood that plane, gonna run right through the walls. Gonna spend less time on the inside of bathroom stalls. Cause if there's one thing I can always say is there are better ways for me to spend my days. Woo! Gonna wake up one morning and I'm gonna change. Alright. Gonna tell everyone how I feel about them all the time. I'm gonna put it on the line. Cause I ain't got much, so it won't hurt to lose it. There's one thing I can't take, it's loss and a bruise. Change. I'm gonna change. Alright. There you go. That I sold to myself when I was 10 years old. This ain't exactly the way that I thought that I'd be breaking the mold. Let's get down to it. Move it or lose it. No more sitting around having a hard time choosing. Gonna wake up one morning and I'm gonna change. Woo! I'm gonna wake up one morning and I'm gonna change. Alright.
That was awesome, awesome, guys. And so for all of you Black Fret members out there, I encourage you to turn on your cameras and let these guys see you grooving, because I know you're sitting there just...
Yeah, let us see it. All right, well that was 3 songs already. Holy cow. How quick the time flies. Well, thanks so much again for having us play. And thanks to Greg for setting up all these happy hours we've been playing this year, and to Black Fret for like really, you know, heeding the call the second everything, you know, the second shit hit the fan in old March last year. Thanks to all the artists that have played tonight that have gotten me hyped up to play my best. I got Ben Brown on guitar, I got Jeff Olson on the drums, I got Sam Pinky on the bass. Give them credit. They're a big part of what makes us sound like we sound. We're gonna end the evening, or our set. This is a song I wrote, got engaged in October, married a couple weeks ago in the snow. Don't worry, it was safe, we didn't invite anybody. And this is for her, it's called, it's called Best Friend, and it goes like this. You are my best friend, and through you I realize everything that brings me forward and calms my nerves. You're the space I want and the mirror I need to reflect my inner visions back at me when I need it the most. Remind me that I'm here to remove me from myself and to have nothing to fear, to engage me when I feel detached, when I need to get on home. You don't drive, you show me how to steer when I need it the most. You are my best friend, and through you I'm on my way to always working toward who I wanna be.
So pretty.
Thanks, y'all. Thank you so much.
Spencer, thank you so much. In fact, Greg, it's amazing that you brought up the first time you saw PR Newman play at one of our consideration shows. And I think it was the 2019 consideration show at Schultz that we did it. And it was, I said it at the beginning with the Night Blooms, and I'm going to say it again right now, to see the progression of these bands, to see how you, I mean, Spencer, your songwriting, I mean, everything.
Thank you.
I'm blown away, man. You know, you all just keep getting better and better. And it's an honor to be able to witness this progression. It's an honor to be able to see you grow and to see amazing music come out. And I'm touched, I'm moved, so much so. And since we're running a little bit early, you got one more for us?
Yeah, we do have one more.
Well, all right, let's get it. Come on, one more from PR Newman.
We maybe had a plan for this, but I think we've gotten used to having a plan for that at the Black Fred happy hours. So.
No, I kind of heard y'all talking about it in sound check. So.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's funny.
I heard the just in case, you know, and yeah. I'm gonna light a sparkler for y'all, for all the bands tonight, and I'm gonna light a sparkler for every new member that joined tonight. Thank you for supporting local music. Thank you for being badass. Thank you for recognizing the value in this music.
Wow.
And yeah. You all deserve a sparkler. Bottom line.
Well, again, thanks so much to Black Fret, to Greg, to getting us involved in the happy hour stuff, and I've been engineering other bands for that too, and it's given my studio some work and, you know, made me better at what I do. So y'all have had a huge influence on this year. You know, total surprise. I couldn't have told you that last January or February, but it's been, you know, it's been a crazy year, and I've learned a lot, and a lot of it's thanks to opportunities that, like, what y'all have given us. So this song I wrote when I was 17, and it's called Today's Traffic, and it's on the record we put out in April called Private Lives. And y'all, by private lives I mean, like, the record was called Private Lives. I know no one asked for this explanation, but, like, you know, I grew up in a family where it's like if you asked who your parents voted for, they said that's private. I'm not going to tell you about it, you know? So it's like the big decisions you make about your life at home have a giant impact on the earth, whether you want to keep it private or not. So that album and this song and everything is dedicated to, you know, taking all your private feelings and all your thoughts on the world and bringing them out in the open for open discussion and conversation, so we can get on with our lives and make it a lot better for a lot of people that have never had it that good. This one's called Today's Traffic. Wants what's not his to take it from her. I don't know where he got that from, certainly not you. I stand on the other side of the window, but he still tries to speak up, but nothing comes through. So help me get to my destination without any sort of conversation or interpretation. Please, 'cause I don't have the time to move about with ease. Corner where the light is red, 10,000 thoughts and patterns begin to cross through his head. Well, traffic stops to get some sleep. Oh, it just digs its own grave 6 feet deep. So help me get to my destination without any sort of compensation or interpretation. Please, 'cause I don't have the time to move about with ease. Trying to seek a better end. Well, I arrived late as usual. Oh yes, but at least I can say that I am home. At least I can say that I am home. Alright, at least I can say that I am home.
I can't tell you how many times in my life Encore has been the transcendent moment that has like given me the fuel, and that did it again. PR Newman, ladies and gentlemen. Spencer, thank you so much for this amazing set, and thank you for just keeping on, man. It's so important, and to hear. I mean, what, you're like 19 now, and you wrote that song when you were 17?
No way. Yeah, I'll take it. I'm 19. You know, I'm up and coming.
No, spoken like a 50-year-old.
That's the Zoom blur right there. That's making
it's the enhance my appearance setting. I got you. Yes. Yeah. What a great set. 4 great acts tonight. Everybody. The Night Blooms, Roger Blevins Jr., Deezie Brown, PR Newman. Want to thank Daniel Sahad for coming by, and we actually have another 2020 artist on the call right now. Kelly, are you there?
I'm here. Hi.
Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great, and I am. This was so cool. This is like my first like Black Fret event like this, and I'm just like having a cocktail and like making a bisque by myself, and I'm right here drinking a bottle of teas, like just on the bottles there. Yeah. But yeah, I'm enjoying this so much. That was all really impressive and cool, and it's kind of crazy how we've all acclimated, and like before watching just like some videos or live bands playing or computers or TV seems so weird, but like I kind of just wanted to cry this whole time. It was like kind of felt like we were kind of all together in this really bizarre way, since this is the only way we can do it. So it's working. It's pretty cool, and I was skeptical, but it's pretty rad what y'all are doing.
I love that you felt that. This felt weird for me tonight. There are times that I like as I was, saying things to my laptop, with my Boy Scout fire back here, I was like, is anyone there? It's hard,
It's definitely kind of strange when you're doing it, when you realize, but everyone's doing this like this, so it's cool.
Well, just to clarify for everyone who might not understand exactly who I'm talking to right now, this is Kelly, the lead singer of Darkbird, our 2020 Black Fret artist, who just killed it. I loved having y'all do your live stream for us from 310, and I encourage everybody to go back and take a look at that, or just check out the Black Fret Ball performance, because when I reached out to Kelly and said, hey, what song from that performance do you want me to highlight? She said, hey, throw Get Back Here in there. And it's an unbelievably powerful song.
Thank you.
I'm feeling it right now. And I remember I was behind a camera that day filming that live stream, and it the music that you're making is meaningful, amazing, incredible, and when we come out of this, despite the beauty of our Zoom concert tonight, what do you want to see happen for Darkbird? Where do you want to go, and how can we help you get that music out to the world?
Well, honestly, we're already going there. I mean, there's always going to be some kind of something in your way, no matter what life is, whether there's a pandemic or whatever. And we've just been without the shows, we've just buckled down, and with Black Fret money from this year, and so some of the happy hour shows. I know we're doing one, I think in March, and we'll be at Spencer's studio. So I was actually kind of checking it out while I was watching to see what we're working with. But we've been recording. We've been with Walker Lukens in the studio. We've just finished 3 songs. We're doing another one. I'm on my phone right now with Walker, scheduling our next song to record in March. And we really could not have done what we have done in the last few months. We're spending extra time in the studio, using his awesome engineers and mixing and whatever at the speed we've been doing it without y'all's money. And I'm just going to tell you right now, we're putting out an album in the spring a 10-song full album that Walker is worked a lot on with us, but that is, I think, is going to be the best. It's the best music that we've ever done, and like all the bells and whistles are there, and it's so rad. I can't wait. I cannot wait to share it with this whole group and with everyone. So just thank you. I don't know of anything like y'all, but we're crushing it. Without playing any shows, we're crushing it. So there you go.
To hear that you, I'm so moved by all that, and to hear that you took your Black Fret grant to crush it, to make amazing music with a Black Fret artist who got a grant before, who is an amazing producer. Walker Lukens
Oh, yeah.
Not only an amazing artist, he's produced amazing songs, and there have been times I'm like, man, that's an incredible song, and then I find out that Walker produced it, and I'm like, oh shit, of course.
He's really, really, really great at it. And yeah, keep giving money to bands, and then they keep giving their money to Walker, and then we all have music all the time on our local stations.
Right. I mean, shit, and hugely creative with his song Confessional and everything. Yeah, it's a delight. We're building a community here, people, and we're making connections that might not have been made otherwise. And yes, Rob Borwick's, Walker Lukens, and Rob, you actually
Walker Lukens, great musician, great everything, great guy.
Exactly. And, I want to share actually something that to everyone, if you're not looking at the chat, that Rob Borwick said just a second ago. He says that, yeah, I'm glad Black Fret is helping you musicians, but I think you musicians help us members more. We need music. It's true.
Yeah, and another thing I'm thinking about when we finally do get to take the stage again, we've all, for those of us that have been on tour and been in like these smaller towns that don't really get bands a lot, they have this crazy excitement, like, oh my God, are y'all gonna play tonight? They don't even care what you're gonna play. They're just so excited that there's a band. And we live in Austin where there's a band everywhere all the time, and it's pretty easy, like in LA, to get jaded really fast, like, oh, another band's playing, what's this gonna be about? And I think when we come back, there's gonna be that same small town energy of like, there's a band, what? And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Roaring 20s when we come
oh yeah,
out of this.
and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and
so there'll be that.
Yeah. Kelly, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Yep, we got to unmute you. But thank you so much for being here. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And yes, I'm unmuted. I guess you can hear me. I want to give a great shout out again to all the bands: Night Blooms, Roger Blevins Jr., Deezie Brown, and PR Newman. I want to give great thanks to Greg Carter. I can't underscore the fact that, one of the things I'm most proud about is that we as an organization were able to donate $25,000 to HAM in 2020. And we were able to launch the happy hour program that gave, like I said earlier, $175,000 to over 120 bands, whether they were Black Fret nominees and artists or not. In fact, all the bands that played tonight have been playing happy hour shows for us. And there's some real legs there between our expansion into other cities. Like I said earlier, we hope to announce our next 2 cities in June. This virtual concert series, which I think is exposing bands to people who never would have heard them, pandemic or not. We're doing something meaningful to support this music, and we couldn't do it without you. And we couldn't do it without Harrington, my cat, who cares a lot about this. So please don't upset Harrington. Make sure that you join Black Fret. Encourage your friends to join Black Fret. Make sure that if you are a couple and only one of you has signed up, that the other one signs up as well. Our next event is February 20th. February 20th, 2 weeks from now. I'll have another fire going. I encourage everyone to get back here. And, communication is tough these days. So tell your fellow Black Fret members who might not check their email or might be overwhelmed like everybody is, that our next event is February 20th and then March 6th. And then we've got the South by week. Stay tuned for that. We hope to have something delightful to share with you about that. And we're just going to keep on rolling. So the fact that we're bringing so much music to you to consider this year, so many new bands. Hi, Hillary. I'm really, really excited that we're going to turn over a lot more stones for you than we normally do. And it's another great example of how COVID gave us an opportunity to stop, smell the roses, and make sure that we're doing what we need to do to represent the music that we love in this town that makes Austin what it is. I know, Greg, do you have anything else to add tonight? Any of the bands, do you want to say anything else on the way out? Anyone? Any members?
I would just say I'm so honored to be a part of this great organization. I'm so excited to be sharing these new acts with you guys. There's so much great music happening in our town, and we all got to keep the faith and stay engaged to keep it going. So thank you all for being a member of Black Fret, and let's keep it going in 2021.
I'll light a sparkler to that. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in 2 weeks, February 20th, for our next consideration season.
This is Robert. Hey, Matt, it's Robert.
Yo.
Was Newman Artist of the Month? Did they do a KUTX Artist of the Month? The co-bill at the Cactus. Didn't PR Newman do a gig like that? I'm trying to remember.
PR Newman only played for once for us, I think, and that was at Schultz.
Yeah, we played at KUT once, but it was just like a KUT at night, like in studio thing, which was great too. I loved it. That was
Maybe
fun.
that's what I'm thinking of. It was a real good set. Dug it, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. Rob, great to see you. One of our founding members has been with us since the very beginning. We've made a huge impact, $2.1 million in grants and payments to local musicians, another $1.5 million to the venues, the sound companies, the production companies, and so on that help make this happen. We're onto something here, and let's keep it going, everyone. Means everything to a lot of people, and much love. We'll see you soon.
Thank
you,
everyone. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Bye.
Be safe driving home.
Right?
We live here.
Much love, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Love. Everybody have a